Some people have been around wood and woodworking for all their lives, and they've had a hobby of woodworking. And some people haven't really been around woodworking, but had other hobbies. And some people are too busy to do any hobbies at all because they don't like. My name is Thomas Marler. Bob W. once said, woodworking is calming to me. It helps me create useful and artistic items for my family and friends. Plus, it keeps my mind sharp. My project is it's a microwave cabinet, and it's also I'm probably going to use it for a nightstand. The reason why I did that was because who don't own a microwave, and the reason why I picked this project was because my dad, whenever I was little, used to work at a wood shop, and whenever I was really little, whenever I got off the bus, I'd always go down to the shop, and I'd always nails and a piece of wood, or they just take me to a spot and I could just nail nails on wood, or just clean the shop up. And I always watched my dad build these big old cabinets, and I always thought it was really neat. And I had in my mind I was always going to build something out of wood, like a little cabinet or something like this. And it was real fun. And also, I picked this because I wanted to learn a better skill. So I never really built anything like this before, and I did. It was real fun. And the only things I really built from wood was cutting boards and stuff like that. I've never really built anything like this before. It was real fun. In my research paper, such as like these, the sander, the chop saw, the table saw, the hammer, nails, drill, and other types of tools. Also, I researched different types of wood, such as oak, walnut, cherry, pine, cedar, and redwood. I also learned that you can't you have to find in a lumber yard, and some of them you have to find a good enough lumber yard to find the wood. Also, I learned about differences between hardwood and softwood. I never knew any of those until I started my research paper. I thought all wood was just the same. They were just as strong. But the list of hardwoods are oak, walnut, and cherry, and they're meant for outdoors. That's what I kind of think, because they're a lot harder. And like if you want to build a picnic table, you might need to use like oak wood. So softwoods, it's pine, cedar, and redwood. I choose pine for mine because it was real soft, and it was easy to work with, and it looks pretty nice, I think. Also, I did pictures of what your shop should look like. This is what your shop should look like. Should be a nice clean area with all the tools you need, and a nice hard table so you can build your project with. And it's the opposite what yours should look like, a pigsty. You don't have a good enough table to work with, and you don't really find that, you can't really see any tools. Your tools are all mixed around. It's crazy. It's not a good idea to build stuff with. You got to clean it up before you build something. Me and my mentor, my dad, picked a good enough stain. We picked a a nice stain for the pine wood, and also afterwards we use like some glass. Is that what it's called? Glass lager. We use lager to make it like a shiny touch. This is what it looked like right after we built it, and now this is what it looks like now. My challenges were figuring out which side to, to draw my blueprints. But eventually I figured it out. It was a little hard at first drawing them. Like, it wasn't neat. It was okay drawing the lines, but the numbers, it was just a real pain. But I eventually got it. Also, using the table saw. I never really used the table saw much, but I eventually got a hang of it. I was a little afraid of the saw at first, but eventually I got the hang of it and I had a lot of fun with it. And also, my other challenge was finding a good enough research, because it's kind of hard to find reliable stuff sometimes. And I really wanted to find reliable research to pick my project. I mean, to work on my project, do my research paper. I didn't want to look like a complete fool when people read it. I hope this influences people whenever they want to build things. Like, for me, for example, I never built anything before, and I built this. And if I could build something like this, anybody could build something like this. Anybody got any questions?
Do you plan to build something else? Continue this work?
Yes, I'm thinking about making some more of these and selling them. Maybe make some flags and sell them too.
Thomas, did you, like the quote at the beginning, find it a calling, or did it kind of get you revved up a little bit trying to figure it all out?
I think mixed in with my introduction, because I was talking about hobbies and such. Maybe Mr. Wade found that. I was going to put it on this. So I asked him, like, I still had like a big old empty spot. And I was like, I don't think it'll look good with just all pictures. Maybe put like a quote or put a picture of this. He found this. I thought it was pretty neat.
What kind of wood did you say you used on that?
Used pine.
The color on it is really pretty.
Looks beautiful.
And it looks like it's made very well. It's a really nice piece of furniture.
Thanks.
How long did it take you to do that?
A couple of days.
Oh, not very long.
It took me a while to sand it. I hand sanded it. It feels nice.
Well, I don't see any kind of like nails or anything. What did you use?
Drill. We nailed it from down here, but we had I don't know what's called, the blue thing. I got a picture of it right there. I'm using it. It made it pretty easy to drill holes in.
What was the most interesting thing you learned during the whole process?
Which is how to put it together. I never knew how to put anything together. I didn't know if I had to put glue on it or such.
Okay,